Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. With the blessings of Namparmal and the devotees, trying to speak something from the pastimes of Namparmal. So today we will speak about one Acharya called Koora Narayana Jeeyar. So kindly forgive me if I say some mistakes. I am just whatever I heard from the devotees, I am just repeating it because of the request of the devotees and for the pleasure of devotees trying to speak something. So in the Sri Rangam temple, there is the prasadam counter is there in front of Garuda. And the prasadam counter on our left side, prasadam counter, if you go a little forward and left side, there is a temple of Dhanya Lakshmi. Dhanya Lakshmi temple. If you go to the Dhanya Lakshmi temple, you can see a small deity of Lakshmi Devi. There we can see the granary, the huge granary where they used to keep all the grains for the temple on those days. Nowadays they are not using, but you can see huge round shaped 4 huge storage rooms. So there they used to keep paddy, all those grains for the pleasure and the service of the Lord. So there, if you go to stand in front of the Dhanya Lakshmi temple, if you turn left side and look at the top of a pillar, we can see a small sculpture, a little bit they painted of Koora Narayana Jeeyar. This Koora Narayana Jeeyar is a very wonderful, great devotee. He is a sannyasi. He is in the Sri Rangam temple, the Ramanujacharya, after Ramanujacharya, the sannyasis who comes on the line, they are all called as Narayana Jeeyar, something like that. Koora Narayana Jeeyar, Ranganarayana Jeeyar, like that. So this Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he was, after the Kuresha's time, I think, he was lived there. He was a disciple of Kuresh also. So he is a very mystical person. He has so much powers. He used to worship Sudarshan very specially, and he got so many siddhis also. So Kuresha and everybody used to ask him that why you are worshipping Sudarshana for achieving some siddhis and all. We should only simply depending on the Lord's service only. For that Koora Narayana Jeeyar told itself that I am not going to use anything for my pleasure. It is only for the protection of the devotees and the Lord only. So he did that. He meant that he did that also. Because he did lot of services to Sri Rangam. Then one of his service was he constructed that Dhanya Lakshmi temple. He only installed that Dhanya Lakshmi temple also. Then at this time, some of the Mandravadis, the Tantric worshippers, they from the Karnataka, they want to take this Ranganath Ji from Sri Rangam to Karnataka itself. So they sent very special, those days there were so many mystical Mandravadis, they have with so much Mandra powers and all. So they sent one Mandravadi, and this Mandravadi used to cover his body with some kind of ink, Anjana they call. If they apply that Anjana, he will not be visible to anyone itself. Those days they have all these technologies. Now we don't know about that. But when he covered that, and he used to sit on the Balipidam. Near to the Ranganath temple there is a Dvajastambam, Garuda Stambam. In front of that a round shaped thing that is called Balipidam. Where in the Balipidam is the place where they offer prasadam, the Lord's prasadam to the Devadas, to the demigods. So after the offering, every time they will come to the Balipid, they will offer some food there. They keep some food over there, prasadam over there. So this fellow, this Mandravadi, he used to sit in that Balipida. He is not visible to anyone's eyes. Then he is sitting and he is performing some tantric rituals. By his mantric power, he is trying to take the deity up itself. With some making others covering others' mind, and he want to take the deity to Karnataka. So at that time, this Koora Narayana Jeeyar was the main sannyasi of the temple. Then he noticed that prasad which kept on the Balipid was missing. Because this fellow is not visible to anyone, he is eating all that prasad and is remaining there. So Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he is being a very mystical and powerful person, he understood something is happening. So Koora Narayana Jeeyar told today to the pujaris, when you offer that Lord's Mahaprasad to the Balipidam, you put so much of chili powder, full pepper and put it there. Then the pujaris did that. Then when this fellow he ate that prasad, because he can't go out from there, he has to stay there only. When he could eat only, he will get only that only as a food. When he eat that, the eyes with so much of chili, the eyes tears came. The tears wipe away all his anjana, which is the thing which is covering his body. That was wiped out. Then immediately the Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he caught him. He caught him with all the king's help. They made the deities to keep properly. Then they arrested him and they punished him itself. They punished him or they killed him something. The king, they handed out the king, then king taken the rest of the thing. In this way he saved Sri Rangam. Nowadays we have this Mughal attack and like that. Those days they have so many mantravadis also. There are so many stories in South Indian temples we can hear where from other state king, he will send some mantravadis to take this deity's power, Shakti. Like that, not so many stories are there. So then by Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he saved that with his devotion and power. He protected the Ranganathji. And another time, those days, in the Kaveri, there is to be boat festival happen in the Kaveri river. Then Kaveri is so huge, the boat will be flowing in some direction. So then one day something happened, some Mandravadis, they did something, they want to take Ranganathji to, the boat was going in a different direction, very fastly. Koora Narayana Jeeyar could understand that, and he with his mystic powers and siddhi, he had a ring in his finger. He just turned that ring like this. When he did that, the whole big floating festival, the whole thing separated, turned to one side and it came near to, somehow it reached to the shore itself. In this way, the Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he saved the whole festival, the deities of Namperumal and Sri Devi Bhudevi. Then this Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he personally ordered to the temple devotees to dig a very big pond. Very big pond he digged, and that float festival was, after that from the float festival used to happen in this big pond of the Ranganathji's temple. Even now we can see that float festival. We will speak separately about the float festival. And another time, when the Kaveri, those days the Kaveri used to pass in front of Rajagopuram itself. So now and then the water will come inside the temple and will touch the deity also. Then Koora Narayana Jeeyar, he took a vow. He built at the two sides of Kaveri, he built a huge like compound walls, very huge. Like nowadays it's like they say Karai, Kollidam Karai. Just in front of our Gopal Bhatta temple, that Karai road is there. That road was that whole like a hill like a thing, very huge, long, lengthy, some 10 kilometers one side and other two sides. In this way, Koora Narayana Jeeyar's order, with the help of the local kings, they turned the Kaveri's route so that the Sri Rangam or Sri Rangam people will not get disturbed by the Kaveri's floods. That was also done by Koora Narayana Jeeyar itself. So great service to Sri Rangam. Another thing he did is, he wrote a book called Sudarshana Shatakam, glorifying Sudarshan. He is a person meant for Sudarshan Chakra. So once one devotee called Thiruvaranga Perumal Arayar, he is the one who is considered to be the son of Yamunacharya. He is the one danced and brought Ramanujacharya from Kanchipuram to Sri Rangam. So that personality, Thiruvaranga Perumal Arayar, he became very sick and totally was suffering in his old age. So that time, just to protect that devotee, this Koora Narayana Jeeyar wrote this Sudarshana Sadaka and prayed, and with his Sudarshana's mercy, he cured that devotee's disease and he saved him itself. These are some pastimes of Koora Narayana Jeeyar. We know very little bit about him. But still, when we go to the Sri Rangam temple, when we go to the Dhani Lakshmi temple, just look on our left side top, we can see that Koora Narayana Jeeyar. Shri Koora Narayana Jeeyar ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Namperumal ki Jai.